Hello and welcome back to the Road to Good Cooking. Last week I received this wonderful gift from my sister friend Lori, and she blessed me with a Presto digital pressure canner, and I am truly obsessed with this canner, and it has definitely upped my canning game. And I have been pressure cooking all of my fresh produce, and I am loving it. I can set it, forget it, and I don't have to babysit it. I can do other things in the kitchen. You know how we multitask in the kitchen, girls. And I absolutely love this pressure canner. And my only complaint is that I ran out of things to can. So now I got to go back to the store. So let me show you how I put all this stuff together. Today is Wednesday. What's today? October 12th. And today is canning day. In the canner so far I got some sweet potatoes in there, and I'm going to be canning some black beans and some pinto beans and some caramelized onions, and I'm going to be making some salsa. And I'm going to be making some corn relish. So I got to shuck these ears of corn. Get them ready, and over there on the table I'm going to be working on some green beans. So this is my canning day, and this is my new pressure canner, which was a beautiful gift from my sister friend Lori. Thank you, girl. You know I love you. Let me get started. This is my therapy. Tomorrow, I'm so excited. We're going to the farmer's market, and I suspect I will come back with a truckload full of veggies, because this is fall harvest, and I'm sure I'm going to be able to catch some good sales. Oh, some good looking things, huh? Snap peas. Thought my days of snapping peas were over with. Nah. So how's everybody doing? And what you doing? And I hope you guys are stocking up your pantries as well. Because I tell you what, going into these stores, it is absolutely no joke. I went to the store yesterday, and it really ticked me off looking at some of that produce. And it's sky high. Same produce that they were selling last month, but now it's twice as much. You notice that? Whew. Get off my soapbox. Ain't no sense in complaining about it, because it is what it is, right? But you know what, guys? All silliness aside, please stock up your pantry, because these prices are not going to get any better. And with the winter coming, there's no telling what those prices are going to be like. So I'm not trying to spread no gloom and doom, but you know, it is what it is. You guys see the same things I see on the news if and when you watch it like I do. So we do what we gotta do. And if it means I gotta store my own veggies or can my own veggies, I'm gonna do just that. I'm canning some, today I'm canning these green beans. I already started my sweet potatoes. I'm going to be caramelizing some sweet onions, and then tomorrow I'm probably going to go and try to stock up on some apples, because this is apple season, and get me a whole bunch of apples stored up for the holidays, because I do a lot of baking during the holidays. Okay, I'm going to continue on with what I'm doing here, and I'll come back when we are working these up and putting them in the canner. Today is the day. We can. to take these over to the sink and give them another good wash. Then they'll be ready to process. I suspect when I go to the farmer's market tomorrow, I will get another batch of green beans because I like green beans. And with the cold weather coming, I love to make soups and chicken pot pies and casseroles, and you can never have enough fresh vegetables around. Okay, those look nice and clean. Okay, my second batch of sweet potatoes are out of the pressure canner, and as you can see, they are piping hot. Look at this. They're still cooking in the jar. You see that? Look at that. Well, I'm happy with myself because they all sealed. They were clinking and popping and the whole 9 yards, so I think I did it right. I'm getting the hang of this pressure cooker. I absolutely am obsessed with it. This is the first one that I did last night. Here it is. And it turned out really cloudy, and I know what I did wrong, so hopefully these won't be as cloudy. See that? But that's okay because everything that I researched, it said that, you know, sweet potatoes in general are very starchy. And I didn't use filtered water. I used my water out of my tap. And that's probably where I went wrong. So I'll have to get me some filtered water and go from there. But they're edible and they're cooked. So I'm okay with that. You hear 'em? There you go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let me get my green beans started. Okay, I'm starting with my second project, and I'm going to start back to number 1. And it says to place the removable pot in the canner and put the canning rack in the pot. I poured in 3 quarts of water up to the fill line, and I put 2 tablespoons of white vinegar in there. And then I filled up my jars about halfway, just like this, and then I put them in there, and so they are warming up. And it says press the control knob to select pressure can mode, which I did. The O10 lights up, and it says rotate the control knobs, adjusting to specific processing time for your recipe and jar size being used. And it says verify that you don't have the verify that you set the right program and time. That was step number 1. And I've already inserted my jars, and it lit up, and it says that it's warming up the jars right here. And this little button right here, you can toggle back and forth, so to go from pressure can over to the water canning side. So I have it set for pressure can. Then you hit the navigation button right here, and it will start the process of warming up the jars. The lid is locked down. I have the green latch in place, and the warming process is going to take about 20 minutes, so that'll give me time to prepare to get my water warmed up that I'm going to be using to fill my jars. I'll get my rings all set up, and get the vinegar in a bowl that I'm going to use to wipe off the jars. And I'm still trying to work out my groove, but it'll happen. This is my first time using it, so I'm learning as I go. And I tell you what, I am obsessed with this thing, and I can see tons of canning projects on my horizon. Step number 3, my canner just beeped at me twice, so I unlocked the lid and removed it, and I lifted it up away from me. I'm trying to get the habit of doing that so that steam won't rush into my face. And I'm going to take the jars out one at a time. Now, one thing that I totally forgot was that I put my work board over my sink, so I'm going to have to improvise here. So I had to go find me another bowl so I can dump the water out. Hey, we do what we got to do. And like I said, I have to figure out another way that this is going to work a little bit better for me. And pardon my arm right here. I'm going to dump that water out and then start filling up my jars with the green beans. Easy peasy. There's my hot water, which I warmed up while I was waiting for my jars to warm up. And now we start. And I still have not found my funnel. My hands are nice and clean, so I'm just going to stuff my jars and I have my green beans setting in some warm water, so they're going into warm jars. And then I'm going to fill it up, make sure that I got my jar debubbled, and then wipe the rim off with some vinegar. I want to get in the habit of doing that too. I don't need it because there's nothing greasy in this project. So, but I still want to get in the habit of doing it, wiping my rims off. And I'm going to fill the water up to the second rim there, and that's about an inch of headspace. Man, I am absolutely loving canning my own produce. And Sister Lori is going into the hospital for surgery in December, so you guys please keep her in prayer. And before she goes into the hospital, I will make sure that her pantry is full of some fresh veggies and stuff that she won't have to worry about cooking. And here I'm debubbling my jar, by the way. And I don't have one of those little gadgets that they use. I'm just using my chopstick, and that will work. But I was saying, I will make sure that Sister Lori has enough food in her pantry to last her through her convalescing time. And yeah, this is what we do. You know, this is what we do. We bless each other and make sure that everything is okay. So I'm going to continue on. This is going to be rather repetitive, so I'm going to stop talking from here, put on some nice music for you. So just sit back and watch me work. All right, turn it to lock. Goes down and underneath there, and the jars are already filled. This is the step that I goofed up. When I started it, I should have put in the amount of time that I wanted to pressure can my green beans, which was 20 minutes. So I should have did that at the very beginning. So I'm struggling here to try to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong? So when in doubt, hit that little X button and start all over again. And that's exactly what I did. And for green beans, it's going to cook for 20 minutes. Jars are all okay. It's now heating, and it's going to, in a few minutes, it's going to tell me to put on the regulator, which is that little thing right there, which is going to go. I'm not going to touch it. It's going to go right there, and you see the steam coming out from back there. Let me see. See if I can get it. See, there you go. Now you can see it. It's coming out of here and over there. And what I did last night with my silly self, I grabbed the regulator and thought, okay, I just set it up there. Bad idea. So yeah, I will be getting me some heavy-duty gloves doing this project. Right now, see, it's venting. It says now it's venting and now it's counting down. And once it gets to 0, it'll tell me to insert the regulator. And then I should get another message up here that's saying canning. Or I should get another message right here, and it will say canning. You see, it just changed in 9 minutes. Okay, it's beeping at me and it's telling me to put the regulator on. So wish me luck. Pray that I don't burn my hand off again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Get on there, get on there, get down there, get down there. Ah. Ooh. Put it on can. And you see it's still coming out over there. And in a minute, it will stop venting over there. Okay, the reason why it kept beeping is because I forgot to press the advance button, and now we're in step number 5, and it says the processing time set in phase 1 appears once the required pressure canning temperature is reached. The unit will beep twice and canning will light up. Timer begins the countdown. After, let's say, scanner is now processing. Does that make sense? And here we're waiting for this little valve to pop up back here. And you can see it's still venting. And watch what happens next. Here it comes. See it? There it is. That is so cool. See? Love it. Now the venting is stopped. That's fine. And we're canning. We're now in step number 6, and it says when the processing time expires, canner beeps 4 times. Cool lights up. Cooling phase may take about 1.5 hours. When the 0:10 lights up, the timer will begin the final countdown. And from what I read in the instructions, it said that even if the canner is registering done and that valve is still up like that, it's not safe to open because that means that the pressure inside the canner is still up there. So that's why that valve is standing straight up. And once it completely cools down and it's, some of the pressure is released from the canner, then you can open it at that time. Alright, it says it's done. Timer is off. But that means this little thing here is still up, so that means that there's still a lot of pressure in the can. And that last night I think it took it maybe a couple minutes or 5 minutes or so, and then it just goes down when the pressure is neutralized inside the canner. So it's 7:37 now, and let's see how long it takes it to go down. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna finish cleaning up my kitchen. 7:38. So that's a minute it's been gone. And I'm just curious how long it's going to take it tonight. So, let me finish my kitchen. Now, if you guys love me, you would come over here and clean up my kitchen. But I guess that's not going to happen, huh? Fine, be that way. I've had more fun today. Canning. I haven't done nothing else but can. Oh, and I did parboil some broccoli, and I froze it. And I can get that bagged up because I like my broccoli frozen. That way I can just go and grab it when I need it. And I don't even know if you can pressure can broccoli. Can you? Somebody let me know in the comment section if you've ever pressure canned broccoli. Probably water canned it, I would imagine. Well, you know what? I'm learning as I go. So, I'll tell you one thing. That thing is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I don't like to manage to mess up an entire kitchen. That is, oh boy. Alright, it is 7:39, so there's 2 minutes and there it goes. You see it? So it took 2.5 minutes. Okay. Now I can open it up. I always forget to lift that green lever thing. And this step is very important. So carefully lift the lid up away from you where the steam is going in front of you instead of burning your face off. Oh boy, look at that. Still cooking. Perfect. Okay, there they are. And I have them over on this side of the kitchen, and the vent is overhead blowing the opposite direction. So I'm gonna leave these out on the counter overnight, and they'll cool down, you know, like they're supposed to. I don't want to have, you shouldn't have cold air blowing on them. So I'm not gonna let my hard work go down the tube. So I'm gonna leave them right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn the air conditioner up a little bit. Oh, there they go. Hear that sound? That's the sound that we want to hear. That means it is sealing. It's sealed. Look at that. Okay, today was a good day. Today was a good day. Ooh, thank you, Lord, that I didn't burn myself today. And this concludes this part of my marathon canning vlog. There's a lot more videos coming up after this one, so please stay tuned. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and spending a couple of minutes with me and watching me can and watching all the mistakes that I made. Well, hey, I'm still learning, and it is a learning curve, but I think I got it pretty much dialed in now, and you'll see the progression in the later videos. And stay safe out there, guys. Stay focused. Make sure you are registered to vote. If you're not registered, go get registered. And don't forget about your elderly neighbors or your parents or your aunts or uncles that might not have a way to get to the polls on election day. And make sure you get them there, because every vote counts. This is a very important primary election coming up. So once again, you guys leave me a comment if you wish. I answer all of my comments. And thanks again for your support. And I hope that you stay blessed, stay safe, and keep on canning.